Cute. Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at Kiss of Life. It is a cover to Tyga and Doja Cat's Freaky Deaky. So I'm assuming it's going to be a dance cover based on kind of the context of what I skimmed through. At this point in time, I've done a full marathon of Kiss of Life, all of their dance practices, their music videos, and the storyline. So very much a fan of them. I really like, they really do pay a Gen 2 vibe about them, which is really cool. Their live performances of 2NE1, my girls, and it's just been really fun to see them and go on that journey. So we're going to actually go ahead and just take a look and see how it goes. Okay. Okay. Very clean. Their energy, all of them. Their energy is so much more cohesive here than when I normally see them in their dance practices. Cute. So, I mean, that was very clean and a huge improvement from their first dance practice, that is for sure. And I know a lot of you guys are probably like not seeing a huge difference. For me, I look at cohesion. I look at how all of them dance together, not as independents, because Natty has a really incredible movement quality and so does Julie. And I would say the two that kind of needed the most refinement in terms of matching the energy that Natty and Julie had would be Hanul and Belle. So I really like, they all match incredible energy on this. And so all of them had, you know, the jean fit with the white kind of crop top, different kind of assortments. Yeah, click, 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 click. Digging it down and coming up from the top. I have covered Natty's, I think it was her solos, the Sugar Coat, and I like the whole vibe. I thoroughly enjoyed learning it and doing it for myself. And so seeing this here, Natty doesn't stick out. Meaning, like, unless she's a feature for that moment, and that's a good thing. You don't want to have, like, your main dancer, somebody who's known as the role as being a dancer, be the one that naturally sticks out for the whole thing when it's supposed to be a group effort. You know what I mean? So it's really nice to see that diving through with a hit and a over and a hit, really nice groove. Take that arm across with a nice little legato body roll to go down to hit that snap. To go down here, and I love that little extra letting that head go with a little throwing of the heel. Super fun to see. Yeah, they go down like da-da, down. Now, the track, I mean, for me, is it my favorite track in the world? No. They did a great job on it, not gonna lie. They didn't do anything crazy, and it was pretty tasteful for the most part. A little bit of teasing, playful teasing, but nothing that was like, oh my god, why did they do that? Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes there's a line, and you just gotta be very mindful. And I don't know at this point, if is Hanu 20? I don't know if she is, because I know she's the youngest, right? She may still be 19 here. Hitting it through. Doom, do, do, do. Really like the camera switch on that. That was really cute. Super fun. Digging it through. I left a little tap, tap, tap. And then, of course, they syncopated on her hip, bringing it through. It feels very much like a Kiss of Life routine, but it's the type of, type of track it is. It's not really their track, but they could produce something like this. It really does feel like it would be in their catalog, which is cool. Nice little Dougie groove as they pick it up. Little farmer action with a little ta, 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 ta. And of course, she said, look at me, pop, pop, pop. Syncopated, very nice, clean on the framing of having the four and then having them in their formation really nice and tight. Super nice. Bringing it around. Notice that they have the stability of the leg. They suspended it and then they dropped the energy. So that was really cool to see. Yep, it's bringing it all the way down. Now, we do know what Tyga is talking about, right? It's either Tyga or Tyga. I've heard it twice. I've heard it called both ways. It just depends on who you talk to. I could be so wrong. I'm so sorry. But Doja Cat, that's how you say her name. But there's a lot of innuendo in this. You can't escape it. And so for me, it's not my preference in type of music. I don't typically dance or prefer to dance on tracks like this for myself. But for them, a lot of their choices, they could take it to that innuendo place, but they don't. And I do appreciate that because it does feel more neutralized and you're going to pull a wider audience that way too. They're very, very full in movement. I love having the transition here with the elbows glued to the body, but rotating that hand out. It's super nice to see. They slam it down. Love it. They said, okay. They turn it around. Of course. He says, I'm feeling freaky deaky. We know what that means. If you don't know what it means, we can talk about it in the comments. I don't want to say it on camera, but yeah. Got a mirror on the ceiling. Having the every other, having some low, some higher. It's nice. Yeah, bring it through that. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. Whenever they had the leg that was stable and then they threw that arm down, really great choice on hitting that part of the music with the clap. That was really nice. And they do a good job with that throughout. Amazing performance quality. They truly do. It's wonderful to see. Hitting it through, that boom, bringing it around. I'm such a fan of that. You do notice with Belle, she does have, her arms did rotate just a little bit too towards the inside and some kept them up. So that would be a little note of refinement of using the back. But it was so minor, I wouldn't even give it anything of an issue. Digging it down, create that little W kind of look with the legs. Really nice in the transition. They're doing a really good job only having 4 people, And, yes, you can have a routine cleaner, but it is hard to keep engagement with 4 people. And they did a really, really great job. The hit, bring it up. I believe that's a little smeeze. I wouldn't even call it a smeeze. Maybe like 1. And they go and do a nice little tap of syncopation to the hips, which is nice. Pulling it through with a double bounce, pulling it to the other side. Hitting it down, doo-doo-doo. Notice that we took Natty and Belle and they kind of try to get their formation. I mean, they are going with the checkmark formation. I've made a note of that, of as long as it's balanced throughout the routine, where if you're going to have a checkmark on one side, initiating the checkmark on the other side so it feels more balanced. That's just really nice. A little bounce, which is, just a little tease of the pat. Natty's an adult, it is what it is. Coming up, throwing with both. Nice little individualized choice. Yeah, they come over, like nice. I love that little groove that they took. And Doja has that type of but type of tone that, not like you can go a little bit more full and it still rides well, I like this too, that da-da-da-da, and it switch. It's just cute. And then having her Hanu really pull a little bit in that, it's just fun. Little nice accented moments where everybody is holding their own, but they have baby feature moments, which is really nice to see. Notice that boom, and it's just nice and it's really full as they sit in that hip pocket. It's really enjoyable, And this was nice where they go with the little head too. That just adds extra flair. Instead of just going around with the groove, they're adding nuances with the head, which I really appreciate in this because it allows you to see the investment or the understanding of how their body works and they made the decision together. Like, it feels more cohesive in that way, and that's kind of been the ongoing trend of what we've seen here, and I've talked about it in my other analysis of theirs, that I really like the choices that they're making, which is that head accent, whenever they're going down with the hip accent, and they syncopate it, it's just enjoyable, and I like honestly, when you don't want to talk about those who really mirror well, Natty and Julie mirror well, and then you have Hanul and Belle, so they really, really tailored this with a group before they rounded it out well. Truly. And so I'm glad that they, I think they're very aware of it too, and allows us the beauty of being able to see like these mirrors be totally in check here. Just a baby spacing thing right here. But honestly, who freaking cares? Like, it's not even a big issue. It's not even an issue. Yep. And they go ding, 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 ding. They build up the energy to have them switch. And then they still syncopate it with the foot stepping out. It's not on the 5 and 6. It's like a triple. And then they move on with it. It's just fun. Bringing it through. Da-da-da-da-da. And a da-da-da-da-da. They syncopate that mess so nice. Picking it up, down, and they bring it up. Spacing's a little bit off between Natty and Hanur. So that'd be my little note there. But notice, though, that they kind of compensated with that in symmetry on both sides. So it's not really even I wouldn't even call it an issue. I mean, none of the things I'm saying are issues. It's just things that I'm seeing. But I really like the choice of them all turning around, dropping down, ding, ding, boom, using the energy from the chest to drop it up and bring it back down. Little prayer hands. They do a nice little scuff action. Yeah, and they go, boom, boom. Really like that choice. Then they do a little da-da-da, da-da-da. Nice little chest roll rotation there. The cinematography is really great. It's simple. I mean, of course you have different camera shots, but they did a really great job in general of just the vibe of this. Digging it through, boom. Nice little reject action, a transition with a dig and a dig. Definitely a fan of that. Nice little action moment there. Yep. Up, back it up, and then up. Let's go, girls. It definitely gives off that energy. Bring it up. It's just cute. And then this little bit right here near the tail end as we go. The nice little rotation. They go. That was so freaking cute. I think that was really fun to see. They go once again. Intention with the head. Hey, love it. And then they go dee 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 dee. And with the hips, how they do that is you have to take the hip and rotate it while you have a other rotation that's happening, and it complements each other. So if you go in opposition, it's not gonna be as collaborative between what your hip is rotating as well as your arm. So they did a really good job of making sure that those hips are going the same degree of range as those arms are, so it feels just as full, and it doesn't feel like one's compensating for the other. It feels like you need both for it to work, and it works. Go down. Now here, this part would be the only kind of like ooh part, but even there is nothing super crazy. And of course we can't really actually see it because they added these thumbnails at the end, and they go aro, and then they kind of bounce into it at the end. So, I mean, at the end of the day, this is a freaking great, when you want to see growth, I mean, I've already seen growth from them. This is a pretty big freaking growth spurt in terms of how they work as a group of 4. All of them dancing together. Huge shift in a great way of, and I think, which one's out right now? Is that one out? I think that's the one that I posted first. That should be on YouTube, and this will go on YouTube too in a pretty quick manner before the other dance practices will. But seeing it from into now, I hope you're able to see it too. There is a huge difference in how they're moving together. And that was my in general note that I made back then, that I'm very thankful to say we're seeing an immense progress here. Very minimal notes, if any, because the staging and spacing was great. Maybe 1 or 2 more levels, but even then, who cares? Like, you don't really need that because of the type of concept it is. You have the cinematic lens to be able to create what kind of essence you want from it. And that's how you can carry, and you can do unison and have a camera shot from different angles, and it still looks interesting. That's the beauty of having camera work, right? And so my in general note is I don't really have any notes. This was great, truly. And I think that this is a true example of seeing exactly what I was talking about from their debut until now. Chef's kiss. I'm a fan. Way to go, girls. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. If you want to see all my other dance analysis of Kiss of Life and you don't see them on YouTube, there's a really good chance they're already waiting for you on Patreon, just for you to go take a look at and glean. And not only do I have Kiss of Life, but I have so many other marathons that are actively going on, as well as full episode reactions of dance shows, as well as, we're just having a good time and enjoying everything that life has to throw at us in terms of dance content, and it's all hanging out on Patreon waiting for you. But if you're okay with seeing and waiting for Kiss of Life to have more comebacks in order for me to be able to release them, I'm totally down with that as well. Once again, my name is Jess. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.